Hey everybody, welcome into the Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. This is episode 190. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts for today, Burley of Burlyman Gaming, Fubu87, and Leah the Hatless. How are you guys doing this week? Burley, how are you?
I'm good. It's just been some interesting weather where it's going up and down, so it's like, what do I wear? And when we were discussing earlier, Leah's just like, everything. And she's right.
Yes. The way things Leah, are here, I don't wear anything.
Okay. Leah, so you were talking about with the hurricanes and all, the weather patterns there in Madeira are different. What's going on? Like a warming trend there?
Yeah, basically, like it's... the pressures and all of that, like it affects the surroundings. So in here we get extremely hot weather, very pressure, rain, fog. So perfect for the launch of Silent Hills. A lot of fog around. So I think the weather was celebrating that.
Nice.
And I was just getting my butt kicked by the weather and by those damn levels on Astrobot, because like those shape levels, like either I get stuck for hours on end, I beat them all in 15 minutes. There's no middle ground.
Nice.
I know that pain, Leah. I know that pain.
Nice.
Thank you. At least I'm another say.
Well, want to welcome all of you into the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast. So episode 190, guys. We're only 9 episodes away from 200. Can you believe it? Yeah. Looking forward to December and doing episode 200. It's going to be a good one, so hope you can all join us for that when we get to that point in December. But in this episode, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So 343 Industries Rebrands. We're going to be talking about that. So how will it impact future projects for Halo? Talk about that. Metaphor Refantazio Sales Milestone. We're going to talk about that in our reactions to the first day's sales. So that Until Dawn's remake. Should a sequel have been prioritized instead? We're going to talk about that. Tomb Raider 4-VI Remaster coming up. So can it live up to the originals? Black Myth Wukong. So 43 million investment, and it sold over 20 million copies. So what does this mean for the action RPG market? So we're going to talk about that. And Xbox Android update as well. And there is a one more thing story we'll talk about towards the end. So anyway, welcome on in, and thank you for joining us. And of course, you can watch it. If you're not watching live, you can watch this video on demand later on here on the Arena Productions YouTube channel. So yeah, so good stuff. So let's go ahead and begin with our first story here. So we've got Halo Studios. So they're rebranding. So this is from over at Noisy Pixel. So 343 Industries rebrands as Halo Studios, switches to Unreal Engine 5 for future projects. So during the 2024 Halo World Championships, fans were treated to an unexpected announcement that signals a new era for the franchise. 343 Industries, a studio responsible for Halo since Bungie's departure, is rebranding as Halo Studios. Alongside the new name, the team revealed that all future Halo projects will be developed using Unreal Engine 5, with multiple new games already in the works, they say. So, Burley, I'll start with you. I know you have a lot to say about this, and I mean, with Unreal Engine 5, of course, moving forward, how could these new projects be affected, and how do you, and first, how do you feel about the new name now that it's actually got the Halo name attached to it now? Your thoughts?
I hate the name change, but I understand why they did it. It's the same thing when RIM over here, the company that did BlackBerry, they changed their name to BlackBerry to get away from the negative connotation and be like, see, we're the name of the product we are. Like this is just them pandering because 343, their name is not worth shit. I've been I think the most critical out of here, everyone in this podcast of 343. They have said like people are gone, but we don't know fully who's gone. And apparently they got some guy, one person they got in that is someone that they really believe that can help with Halo. Great. They need it because especially their engine, they remember when they first revealed Infinite, it did not look good. And this was supposed to be originally an Xbox Series launch title. And it got pushed back a year or two later and then launched. Like they had problems with their engine. So you know what? Going with a newer engine like Unreal 5, great. One that they could get some support and help with. Great. But the problem is you're now changing engines, so you have to have the people that know Unreal. If they don't know Unreal, it's going to take very long to really get the most out of that engine and really use it. So and what they showed in Unreal is just stuff from Halo 1, one of the multiplayer maps that you've seen in Halo 1. They had it in Halo 2, and they've had it in some of the other ones as well. So it's like they're not showing us anything really that new. But it's like, yeah, I'm not surprised they're in development because Infinite did not launch the way they wanted to. It did not have the impact that they wanted to. So, you know what? You need to go back to the drawing board, go back to something that is more familiar and people want. The one thing that they also have announced that they're looking into third person for Halo.
Yeah.
Which could, like, I'll give it a chance, third person. I'd rather first person for Halo, but I'm not going to dismiss it because it's it's third person, not first person.
Yeah, I think I was going to say the previous engine they were using, the Slipspace engine. I mean, there were elements of that are over 20 years old. So I mean, it was time for them to really upgrade on this. But go ahead, you were saying.
Yeah, the engine was so old. Yeah. Like that was just why they kept sticking to that engine. But it will. This is interesting to see. But we're years off before we're going to get anything really with it.
Yeah,
you're probably not going to see anything of like really value of this till about the launch of the next console or a year or two into the Microsoft's next console. Yeah. And I'm interested to see. I want to give them a chance, but at the same time, it's still 343. Don't kid yourselves.
Yeah, so they introduced Project Foundry. So this is showing off, for example, three distinct biomes in the development. For example, Pacific Northwest inspired landscapes, the cold lands, and the blight lands, as well. So using Unreal Engine 5. So, Leah, Fubu, your thoughts on the rebranding and going to Unreal 5?
I mean, it was a good strategy because the series came out as well, the TV series. So having the Halo name associated with the studio, like automatically people will link it better. Okay, Halo the series, this is the game that it's based on. So it could be like in terms of communication is a good strategy. And I mean, I think it's valid. They weren't really producing any other game, right? They're really the Halo studio. So that could just be a way to kind of unite the team under this. Okay, we're the Halo team. We're working on the Halo games. And in terms of the engine, it looks good. We gotta wait and see how it plays. but I'm with Burley. I think we won't really see this until like a pro model or the next generation of Xbox consoles, because I'm not sure the one you have now is capable of really this graphic fidelity. I don't have one, so I'm just asking to those that do have one, how does Unreal 5 performs in gameplay?
Well, you could do it on the Series X, just to kind of answer
Yeah.
your technical question there. You can do it. My only thought is because they were using an old engine was so old, and it's like unless you have a lot of developers that have used Unreal, the previous versions, and have had experience in Unreal 5, it's going to take them a long time. And I think I'm hoping Microsoft is a little more hands-on and being like, before you reveal this next Halo game and you get ready to launch this, that they have the features they're telling us that they're going to release with and all that. Because Microsoft got blowback on this when it came out. And it was like, what do you mean? You're not launching with this, and that. And then as the months went on, they slowly gave stuff out. And then certain things they said were coming, they were like, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, well, they said, they were talking about in the article as well that Halo Infinite, there was supposedly a sequel that was in the works, but they canceled that, and maybe it was because they were discussing this upgrade in the in their development software when it came to Unreal. So I don't know, Fubu, your thoughts?
The name change actually makes sense for me because if they're gonna focus only in Halo stuff, they are the Halo studio, so it makes sense. I was seeing Burley going like this. I thought she was gonna first choke me, but he was just drinking it. But anyway, when it comes to Unreal Engine, it's Unreal Engine 5. It's the 5th iteration, so that means they're doing something good with the engine. So they have to make the best. They have to use the best to make their games feel like the best and play the best and look the best. When it comes to what Burley was saying, I do completely agree. It's going to take a long time, but the way things are going nowadays, what they will do is they will probably get team leaders that are used to working with Unreal Engine 5, and when things eventually go bad, they're going to blame the team leaders and not the people that are learning because the team leaders didn't teach them how to do that well. But I think and because Halo is such an important IP for Microsoft, I think they need to hire a lot of people that are used to working with Unreal Engine 5 so they can release the game in very good conditions and very, very, very playable.
All right. So, welcome on into the chat, Modern, huh? Yeah, Fubu is my bro.
Yeah. My bro.
Nice one, man. Nice one. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So, Metaphor Refantazio, guys. Boy, oh boy. So, we had the, of course, the reload for, Persona 3 Reload, and it sold like 1 million copies in the first week. Well, this one, Metaphor Refantazio, just destroyed that by selling 1 million copies in one day. I mean, just amazing numbers here, and just a huge hit for Atlas. I mean, globally, this game is it's loved by all kinds of gamers, and this title is something that it's kind of different in the world of the Persona series in a sense by Atlas, and that it's more of a fantasy type of genre, and I think that's what the gamers wanted out of a Persona style of game, and now they have it. And boy, oh boy, it's really, 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 really doing well. And I'm starting to play it, and I played, of course, the prologue demo, and now I'm playing the main game, and man, it's really good. Fubu, I'll start with you on this one. Your thoughts on the 1 million sales in the first day?
When the game is good, the game is good. And I was just thinking, Atlas hasn't missed. Do you guys remember a game that was supposed to be a failure from Atlas? Because I can't think of one. Like all the personas that we've played, like I can't say one and two, but from three onwards, all the personas were a hit. Those Shin Minigamis
Shimmy
that
Tensei.
Shin Megami Tensei.
thank you, thank you. Those ones they were also hits, not as a big hit as Persona, but they were hits. And now they released a new IP because I think at this time we are looking for in the world, let's say, in the world of remasters and remakes, we are looking for something fresh, and this is something fresh. And Atlas has a repertoire of not missing, making very good games, even if they're sequels, but they're always doing very good games. And they did a new IP using the knowledge they have from the other games, because this is also an RPG game, using knowledge from other RPGs. They made
Yeah.
something fresh, something related with fantasy. I love this type of world. And
Yeah.
I'm talking by myself. I don't know about anyone else, but because sometimes I'm a bit distracted. There wasn't, from my part at least, a lot of marketing didn't reach me. So when this game dropped, this came out of nowhere for me, and it was actually very, very surprising. And everything I've seen so far for this game, I'm loving it. It's a beautiful game that I just don't have. It's Proctober, guys. It's Proctober. I can't buy all the games. But if this wasn't Proctober, I would probably have bought this game already.
Yeah. Yeah. Leah, your thoughts?
Sorry, I got a bit distracted because I was seeing this ship has legs and reminds me of a book series that is Leviathan, which is a cyberpunk sort of mix, where the ship is half animal, half machine. It's really cool. Sorry. Side note. I think it's not surprising at all because it's a great studio. People have been wanting like a new persona for so long,
Yeah.
and this is the closest they're getting. So there is a demand for these type of games, and I'm happy for them. I had no idea this game was coming out, only when we talk here on the podcast. And yeah, I think good job, Atlas. Keep going strong. You're doing well.
I think of this as kind of like the sideshow to Persona 6 being the main show, which it's going to be coming probably next year. But I mean, yeah, I mean this is like the side event that's going to bring in a ton of money for them and a ton of gamers, and sell millions of copies, and then boom, Persona 6 comes out, and it's probably going to be as successful or even more successful. But Burley, I'll throw this to you. My question to you is, do you think Metaphor Refantazio can outsell Black Myth Wukong?
Ooh, that is a tough one. It can, but it isn't going to be for a long time. This game is going to have to really take its time to get up to Black Myth Wukong sales. Like the game, it got reviewed well, and I do own it. I've played a bit on the Steam Deck earlier today, and it runs good on the Steam Deck. But it's just going to have to be that word of mouth. And unfortunately, this game is launching in Broketober, launching the same day as Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero. So you have that and other games that are coming in and out of this month. So that is hurting its sales a little. But like the nice thing is that this game, I think, is a good little test for them where they can test certain features and certain things, see how people react, and then you can try this in the mainline Shin Megami Tensei, Persona series, and other series, which is really nice. Like I like the whole thing of, hey, if I'm high enough level, I don't have to go into a turn-based battle. I can just do the X button, slash an enemy, and one-shot it, or like you can do the whole risk reward, doing multiple attacks outside of the battle, and then going into the battle, but risk getting attacked yourself. Like it's a lot of cool mechanics, and then you're getting stat points as you level up. You get stat points. You pick and spec out your character and all that.
Or you could be lazy like me and just hit the auto battle and just watch.
That's true. Yeah. Well, hey, I do the auto battle for like grinding and stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, because when it comes to turn-based games, I would rather just just do it in auto because I want to progress through the game. Sometimes, sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be the question that I threw you, Burley. I think it's going to be difficult for it to outsell Black Myth Wukong, especially because Black Myth Wukong was, played by millions of people in China as well. So I think that'll be a difficult thing to surpass. But nonetheless, I mean, it's going to be amazingly successful, this game. So.
No.
The JRPG genre is looking very, very good right now with this game.
Thank God.
Oh yeah. Well, this year you've had a lot of great ones.
Yeah.
Like the turn-based RPG genre. If you were a fan of it, there are tons of games that came this year, last year, and the year before. Like you're eating well. There's too many of them right now. That's kind of what's hard because like these are not short games. Like these take forever to beat. You're like,
exactly.
And I think that's the reason why it's not going to make as much as Wukong, because Wukong is it's a more basic game. Okay, it's an action RPG and it's faster, and you don't have to think a lot to.
Right.
When I say some bosses, you need to have some strategy, but you can overpower your enemy without grinding too much. When it comes to a JRPG, you have to grind a lot. I know I've played JRPGs all my life. You need to grind a lot.
Yeah, and it's a 100+ hour game. So
that's one thing I will give Atlas. You do have those difficulty systems. So if you want to just go down to story level and you want to experience the story, you can do that. Just so if you can get through, because like let's be honest, we all don't have time like we used to. So it's like, hey, if I just want to experience the story, I can drop down and just go through and have my fun.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, time to move on. So let's talk about Until Dawn. So, yeah, actually, they're making a feature film, aren't they, for Until Dawn?
Yep,
I think
they are.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
why they chose to remake this.
So is Rami Malek going to be in it?
No, they're not going to cast any of the original actors.
Unfortunately,
actors.
That's too bad because Rami Malek, he's.
They're saying they're too old to play teenagers, which
makes sense. Makes sense.
Makes sense. In Randy Malek's case, yes, he's way too old to be a teen.
Yeah.
But anyway, really.
But anyway, the Unreal Dawn, remake reportedly debuted with fewer PS5 players than Concord. So
makes sense.
So this is from over at Gaming Bolt. So Sony and Ballistic Moon's remake of Until Dawn launched earlier this month, but it doesn't look like the game is performing too well. Where sales or player numbers are concerned, in fact, at launch the horror title seems to have attracted a smaller audience than what has been one of the biggest and most high-profile flops in recent memory, that being Concord, of course. As per the report by True Trophies, which cites gameplay sample data from over 3.1 million active PSN accounts, Until Dawn saw 28% fewer players on PS5 at launch than the disastrous Concord, which launched earlier this year and was on the market for just 2 weeks before being pulled offline and taken off sales.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison, the biggest single-player launch that the PS5 has allegedly seen so far this year was The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, which had 98.5% more players than the Until Dawn remake at launch, the report claims. The horror title is also available on PC, but hasn't done too much better there either, having peaked at just over 2,000 concurrent players on Steam, making it one of Sony's worst-performing games on the platform to date. Critical reception for Until Dawn has been mixed, with the remake sitting at a Metacritic score of 70 after 31 reviews. So, your guys' thoughts. I
blame PlayStation, basically.
So, like I was saying in the beginning of the episode, so should a sequel have been prioritized instead?
I'm just gonna jump in because I have feelings. Okay. First of all, I
Please
played
jump in,
Until
Leah.
Dawn.
Please, yes, please go
It's
for it.
PlayStation
Yes.
fault because first they did the crucial error of not allowing people to upgrade like they're doing with Horizon. Like you had to buy the full game again, even if you already have the version for
Right.
PS4, which is
Right.
ridiculous. So
Right.
right there, they lost a bunch of sales. Second of all, they didn't solve all the problems. Like I had the PlayStation 4 version, I played. There's glitches in the game breaking glitches where the game falls down. They didn't fix a lot of that. There's still a lot of errors. Second of all, like they took the main like song at the beginning, which is amazing, like the soundtrack. Like why not? I don't understand. They got rid of the color scheme, which is very bluish, which is reminiscent of the
Yeah.
2000s. Like that's the whole thing.
Right.
Like why, Sony? Why? Just you're killing this game. Like this remake
True.
was needed. I played like the PS4 version last year or something like that, and it needs an upgrade in terms of
Mm.
response to the mechanics. There's game breaking glitches. It needed a remake. Like that's not the point here. And they just didn't address these. Like what is going on? I don't understand. Makes me upset because it needed one. It also needs a sequel because the ending is kind of open. But I blame Sony. They made bad decisions. Like that's it. I wrap it up. Go ahead. Move on along. Next.
Well, let us know in the comments here in the video. What do you think? Did this need a sequel? So let us know in the comments what you think of that. So go ahead, Burley or Fubu. What are your thoughts? Yeah.
I have a feeling of sadness because I remember I was playing this game with Leah, and she told me
But let
to
it
do
go.
do this right now, and my favorite character got killed because of her, and I didn't
Oh
want. She forced
man,
me.
God.
I would have saved them all. I would have got the trophy for that.
Come on,
Let
Fubu,
it go,
throwing
Fubu.
her under the
Let it
bus
go.
on the episode just because your favorite character died. Oh man. Yeah.
No, but
The thing
no,
is,
but
it's true because I told him get out, and it wasn't supposed to get out there, and he died because of me. But I think it's time for him to let it go. It's been years.
let it go.
It's been
Let it
years.
go.
Look
No,
at
no,
That's,
no, no. We're not singing that "Let It
Oh,
Go"
no,
song.
no. Force choke time, Burley, for sure on that one. Yeah, force
uh,
choke. Yeah. Oh God.
and
Yeah.
anyway,
You
I
know,
agree with
I
everything.
just want to say
Yeah,
before you go on, Fubu.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, these are the type of games. I mean, you know, like Until Dawn and some of the previous games, but Until Dawn especially was one of those first real big games where if you really wanted to piss off or make your co-op players angry or whatever, or people
Yeah.
you're playing with, I mean that was the perfect game for it. You know, and then of
Yeah.
course the Dark Pictures anthology. You know, that's more of kind of a single player thing as well. But I mean, but still, I mean, the character choices and killing off people that your
People like
partners really like or something. Yeah, that was that
yeah,
was it. So go ahead,
it
man.
was
Yep.
no, it was really fun. I have to say I agree with everything that Leah said, and there's something that she didn't mention that I will mention now. They also changed a very important aspect because the way that you played the game, it was an isometric, almost isometric view. The camera was most of the times fixed, and
Yeah.
they changed to an over-the-shoulder camera. I do understand the idea that you can explore better, but that takes something from the game, at least
Yeah.
for the original players. And there's another thing that really explains why the game flopped. Before the game came out, there was already a lot of news that the game had a lot of bugs. That's the
Yeah.
first thing, and people kept away. And then there's another thing that Lee, I don't know if you guys also play the game, but I consider this game to be very niche. It's a very niche game. Not everyone played this game. No one, most people don't want to play a point and click game. I don't know why. I did it. I liked it, but some people don't. So I consider it to be a niche game. It's not an action game like a Wukong or an Horizon or something like that. So that also doesn't have a very big market. So I do understand why a lot of
Yeah. Well,
people didn't buy.
you had the Telltale games
Yeah,
previously to that.
Yes.
The point and click types of games that and this kind of went beyond that in a sense.
I understand what you're saying, but the reason Telltale was so good because they were associated with very big brands. At the time that Telltale The Walking Dead came out, Dead was probably the biggest show on television at the time. So a lot of people went there. They did a Batman version. Everyone loves Batman. They did the Borderlands one that wasn't as good. Then they did others, and then they end up and they had problems financially because
Tales from the Borderlands was actually the story. It was a funny story. I mean,
it was. But I think, but
the Walking Dead series was the
big one,
the bread and butter for the Telltale games. Yeah.
Also, Guardians of the Galaxy. They also did the Guardians of the Galaxy one.
That one was good. I liked that one.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, The Wolf Among Us as well.
Yes, so, that's the one. I was thinking about that one. I was thinking about Wolf Among Us. Yeah, I wasn't remember. So Telltale was really good because they associated with big names. Until Dawn, the biggest actor that they had at the time was Hayden Panettiere. I don't know. She was the biggest one. Rami Malek wasn't that famous at the time. The guy that died because of Leah.
What? No. I completely disagree with that. I mean, he was like 6 or 7 years prior to that. He was in the Pacific, the HBO miniseries, and he exploded after that. And then of course he went on to do
Oscar-winning
the Oscar-winning performance as Freddie Mercury. But
yes, exactly. No, again. This is on me because I don't know everything. Now that you're saying that, I didn't knew he was before. But what I'm trying to say, in my opinion, the biggest one when I saw that cast, Hayden, say the last name, Leah. I don't know how to say the last name. Hayden. Thank you very much, Leah. And the and the guy that she killed, I knew him because he was one of the main characters in Agents of Shield. That's why.
Yeah.
Rami Malek at the time I didn't knew him, and the others I didn't know them. So they didn't have a big star power besides the girl. Nowadays things are different because people remember more Rami Malek than the other characters. You have Mr. Robot, you have Bohemian Rhapsody, you have a lot of things that he was in and he is very good at. So again, going back to why it wasn't a hit, I think it's because it's a niche type of game. They should have made a second one, Until Dawn 2, continuing the story because, like Leah said very well, it's a very open-ended. They could bring Rami Malek back. I don't. Burley, can I spoil the end of the game or not really?
No, don't do that.
No.
Okay,
no, don't do that.
Okay,
no.
Okay, but they could bring a certain character, certain actor back for the second one. They could bring him back, and then they would get a new set of teens. Maybe you can get some famous actors. I don't know, like get Jenna Ortega. She's in everything. Put Jenna Ortega in the Until Dawn 2 or something like that.
Okay.
Or they could do the story
Get Sydney Sweeney. There you go.
of the hunter, because we don't
Sydney
know
Sweeney.
a lot about him.
Look, I don't know. If they put Sydney Sweeney, they have to put a fixed camera angle because if they make it mobile, everyone's going to be lowering the camera down. So it's not a good idea to put her in.
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay. Well, we do have a couple. We have one in chat from I Am Breezy. Sony just ain't the same when it comes to passion. What a mess. Yeah, like we should have had a sequel, if anything. Like, I agree with what Fubu said, that Until Dawn isn't necessarily the biggest, strongest property that you can get away to try and make a remake, especially one that you're not doing an upgrade path. You did an upgrade path for Last of Us 2. You did an upgrade path for Horizon 1 remake. But Until Dawn, you're like, no, that's the one you got to pay us full price to get. Like, that was just like... whoever greenlit that idea needs to be gone because they just don't know what they're doing. Because this is just like, why throw this out here? Because you're throwing this game out to die. It's not like this is a big, huge known property.
Yeah.
This is Until Dawn. I've not played it. I own it because they gave it away on like PS Plus and all that. But like, I
Yes.
haven't gone to it. I've played the Quarry, one of
Yeah,
their
the
later
Quarry.
games.
Yeah.
Quarry was really good. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it's like they're not a household name. These developers and these studio
Right.
that is like where all of us are going to be like, oh, we need to go this, and it's launching just
Right.
in between the end of stuff that we had coming in September, early
Yeah.
October or Broketober. Like this game was set to die.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to throw this question at you all because, I mean, this is the time of the year for this type of game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is your mindset when you go into playing these games? I think there's two different types of mindsets when you play this type of game, whether it's Until Dawn or the Quarry or, you know, the Dark Picture anthologies games. You go into it with the thinking that I want to save everybody. I'm a caring person, and I really want to try to do what's right and try to save everyone. Or are you a complete bastard and you go in hoping that everybody dies? Now, when I play these games, the first playthrough, I am the bastard. I am the one who wants to completely kill everyone off just to see what it looks like, just for the entertainment value of it. And then the second playthrough, I get my moral codes back, and I play the game trying to save everyone. So when you first play these types of games, what is your mindset? Burley?
See, I try to go good, but usually when I'm playing these games, I'm streaming it, so it's up
Yeah.
to my chat, and
Uh-huh.
you've seen how they torture me, so
Uh-huh.
you can
Yeah.
understand it depends on
Yeah.
per character. If it's a
Yeah.
character they like and gravitate, you're
Yeah.
saving this person. They have to be
Mm-hmm.
saved. Oh, this guy's an asshole. Let him get his comeuppance and let
Yeah.
him get slayed.
but excuse me. But yeah, say you're actually not streaming the game and you're just playing it.
You're playing it. I
Yeah,
try, I
just
try to save everyone first
okay.
time
Yeah.
and see how that plays out, and then
So
second
your
time
moral compass is that
in
okay?
check
Yeah.
in check there. Second playthrough, I'm the biggest asshole. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I hope
Yeah.
you. Please tell me your death is excruciating pain.
Yeah.
I want to see you burn and suffer.
I have a feeling what Fubu's sense of playing these games are. I'm sure he wants to kill everybody off at the first time.
No, look.
Go ahead, man. Yeah.
There's the thing. Again, I don't want to rehash this, but I really need to. But the reason why I'm not going to say mad, but it's a joke now. But the reason I didn't like the choice that Liam made that made the character die, I don't remember the name, but I do remember his character arc. Because his character arc is at the beginning of the game, he's a dick. You want to kill him. You want to make choices to kill him.
Yeah.
But I want to say, look at Leah just hiding herself. and he's a dick, and you want to kill him at the start of the game. But he has a very good character arc, and he becomes the hero at the end. That's why, because I enjoy this character arc. But when it comes to these games, I mostly try to save them. Of course, if there's one that I don't like, I will probably kill them. But if I don't like, but that's hard because I usually like everyone and everything. So that's not an issue.
Fubu, I kind of got that notion. Yeah. It's like...
so that's the thing. I try to save all of them at the start, and then of course second turn, I just kill all of them. That's the idea.
Leah, how about you?
More chaotic neutral. I'm here for the story. Like the characters are just, I want to understand why. Why did they die? Why did this happen? Why is this connected to this? And then like whoever survives so I can get the answers does. Who doesn't, well, it's part of the playthrough. You can't save everyone, I guess, in a first playthrough because you're always gonna make a mistake.
Right.
I think.
Right. That's why I kill everybody off in the first run, because I know I'm going to make a mistake here or there. So just kill them all off first, and then the second playthrough you try to save everyone. So yeah. Alrighty, good stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So next up, let's talk about the Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered. So let me get that image up here for you all. So 4, 5, and 6 are going to be remastered. And let me get to the story for you here. This is over from the PlayStation blog. So, yeah. Continuing the legacy of Lara Croft's iconic adventures and following the success of Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, which Burley, you were saying before we did the podcast, they must have did pretty well to with the 1 through 3s to go ahead and launch this one.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. So, Asper and Crystal Dynamics are thrilled to bring Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 on February 14th, 2025, so next year. So Tomb Raider began with Core Design's vision for Lara Croft's adventures, culminating in the first 6 iconic games, taking fans on globe-trotting adventures with friends, foes, supernatural beings, and so much more. Spire and Eidos partnered to bring all 6 of the core Tomb Raider games to Mac computers back in the 90s, and we're proud to partner again with Crystal Dynamics Eidos to complete the hexology on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So that is from the PlayStation blog, so shout out to them. So, Burley, your thoughts on the remaster for 4, 5, and 6?
Yeah, this is very interesting. Like, I know 4 and 5 has its fans. 6 is the real interesting one, Angel of Darkness, because it has come out that game was just rushed to get out, and it was not fully done. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do if they can. We'll have a more complete version of 6 Angel of Darkness and see how that goes. Obviously, like I knew the game sold well. I'm guessing it sold well enough for these, and like they do have, like, if I'm not mistaken, they have enhancements to like save states and stuff like that. I do own the collection of 1, 2, 3. I got it on a sale they did, so I'll be interested to play and see what they do for 4 through 6. But it's really interesting. We're just getting it. We're getting told now this is coming Valentine's Day of next year. Yeah. Remember what's also supposed to launch Valentine's Day? Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have more faith in this than I do AC Shadows, because this is going to be
a completely different story there. Yeah, but anyway, yeah.
But like, this is going to be a third of the cost as AC Shadows to buy this. Yeah. They're gonna put stuff like they've done their homework on this kind of stuff. Yeah. So AC Shadows, I think, is going to be going chicken soon and being like, okay, we're releasing this. We'll put it some other point later in the year, but not.
It's completely in limbo right now. I think with the Ubisoft situation, and we talked about that in the last episode, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it later on when we get more news about what's going to happen between Ubisoft and Tencent. But that game is completely in limbo at the moment. I would be surprised if it hits Valentine's Day, Burley. I think you're right. I think it's going to be pushed back even farther. So, yeah. So, Leah, Fubu, your thoughts on 4, 5, and 6 being remastered? And I would. I'm going to be talking about this during the programming notes, but just think if they were to replace the original voice and put Haley Atwell's voice in there.
Oh, I like where you're going. I like it. I like it. She has a good voice for Lara Croft. I did see the what you did on the channel for the Tomb Raider series. Really liked it. I would suggest you guys to have a look at it.
Thank you.
I saw a little bit. I haven't seen everything, but her voice fits so well on Lara Croft. I loved it. That's my favorite part, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Camilla Luddington is the voice in the previous 3 games. The Tomb Raider, the rebooted Tomb Raider, and then Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider is Camilla Luddington. But if she does not come back for the next iteration that Crystal Dynamics is apparently working on now, I would love to see Haley Atwell take over that role.
I really think they might do that because it's she has star power. A lot of people know her because she's Captain Carter. She has a lot of other roles, important roles. I think if you want to add some star power, which is something that people want to do nowadays to games, I think they would again if they want to spend money investing because making this is money in the bank. You just have to upgrade the graphics like they did with 1, 2, and 3. I think Angel of Darkness is going to be the hardest one because like Burley said, it was very rushed. I played it, I played all of them, and it is a very different game compared to Tomb Raider 1 to 5. It is a more of an open world game. There's a lot of segments that you follow. It's not like Tomb Raider, the other ones where you're uh, you're in Egypt, then you're here, and then you're there, and you're in Antarctica. You travel all over the world. It's very focused. It's in Paris, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in Paris at the time.
Yep.
And this is money in the bank. This is literally money in the bank. I think I do also have the 1, 2, and 3 remaster because they were making a promo with PlayStation Plus, and I did manage to buy it. I think it was 14 or 20 euros. It was super, super cheap. And I was like, okay, it's 20 euros for free games. Something that I loved to play when I was a kid. I got them. I played them. Played them with my girlfriend because she also likes Tomb Raider. When it comes to this remaster, 4 and 5, which is Chronicles, and I'm forgetting the other one, they were also very good at the time. My biggest question will be 6, Angel of Darkness. But if they manage to pull it off without any types of bugs, I'm pretty sure it could be the best ones because Angel of Darkness is a PlayStation 2 game and not a PlayStation 1 game. So it has a lot more going for it, more to explore, more to do. And this is going to be a certified hit. If Shadows goes against Tomb Raider, they're going to lose because Tomb Raider is nostalgic and it's good. You know what you're getting. You won't get screwed.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite series. I mean, but before I throw it to you, Leah, I just want to say what Fubu was saying about star power when it comes to like Haley Atwell. Taking over the role possibly for the next game instead of Camilla Luddington. Well, the problem with that would be, with that star power would come a ton of money they'd have to pay her for that. So, and Camilla Luddington, she's been in a lot of good stuff too. So, in TV as well. But yeah, I mean, they would have to throw the bank at Haley Atwell probably to get her to do that. If Camilla Luddington doesn't come back, because I loved Camilla Luddington's voice acting in the past 3 Tomb Raider games, but if she doesn't come back, I would love to see Haley Atwell. Go ahead, Burley, your thoughts. Yeah.
Why do you think they're making these games to sell and selling these collections? It's all to pay for Haley Atwell.
Yeah. Okay, I want to throw it to Leah. Your thoughts on these
You guys are
remastered
thinking
versions.
small. You know, it'd be perfect for this. Angelina Jolie. I'm throwing it out
Oh,
there.
God. I remember
no,
watching
please.
those movies back in the day.
Yeah.
The first one, and what was the second one? Cradle of Life.
Cradle of Life.
Yeah, that was
So good.
no. Haley Atwell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Luddington.
But yeah, I mean, they had to complete the collection, right? They released the first 3. Now these ones. I remember that
Alicia
I was
Vikander,
on TikTok. Alicia Vikander is also a good option.
Yeah.
And there was a TikTok about the collection, and they were like showing a trick to kind of bypass the level a lot faster. And I thought it's really cool because they're still promoting the remaster, sort of, the first 3.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think this is why remasters should happen, to bring these like old games that you can't access otherwise to newer
Exactly.
consoles and players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So, yeah. Alrighty. So, time to move on now. But, yeah. What did you guys think of the Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider?
I remember
to-
the
I
poster.
think she did a really good job.
Yeah.
It's definitely more action focused and it's a bit more, I guess, realistic
Mm-hmm.
because Angelina Jolie was kind of the James Bond of Lara Croft. She always looked so prime and pristine, and when she's doing all those acrobatics. So Alicia Vikander was kind of a more gritty portrayal of the character, which
Right.
kind of fits Lara Croft, right? Because she
Yeah.
wasn't very poised. She's kind of closest to Nathan Drake, I guess, if you will.
Look, look,
And
look,
Yeah.
look. This is someone that lived through the ages playing these games. Angelina Jolie, she was based on the original Tomb Raiders, and when you play the original Tomb Raiders, you're
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Lara, she's very pristine. She doesn't.
Yeah.
When they did the movies with the Vikander, the thing is the new origins, the trilogy, the prequel trilogy, it was
Yeah.
a bit more gritty. So they based the Vikander movie on the original the origin story from Laura,
Yeah.
while Angelina was on the where she was established as an archaeologist, and that's why the two movies are a bit too different in that sense
Yeah.
because they were adjusting to what they had at the time.
Yeah, what I've always wanted to see, and I've said this before, probably a long time ago here on the podcast, but what I've if you could have two like iconic video game characters come together in one game, it would be Nathan Drake and Lara Croft. I mean
Yeah,
that would be
you're
that
cool.
would be a cool team up. So okay,
Drake
anyway,
messes up and Laura solves everything. That's because that's a dynamic.
okay.
Kind of.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. So, Fubu, this one's for you here. Black Myth Wukong reportedly cost around $43 million to make, and this $60 action RPG has now sold over 20 million copies across PC and PS5. So, yeah, what does this mean for the action RPG market? So, first, I'm going to go ahead and read the article from Games Radar. So, shout out to Games Radar. So, Black Myth Wukong reportedly cost developer Game Science around 43 million to make, but it more than made that money back in just weeks, boasting 20 million sales at $60 a pop, according to a new report from the Zhejiang State Taxation Administration in China. The smash hit action RPG had an overall estimated budget of more than 300 million yuan per machine translation. That amounts to about 42.3 million US dollars by current conversions, which is quite a bit lower than the 70 million budget previously reported by Bloomberg. Importantly, the scope of these figures isn't totally clear. This tax administration specifies total development cost, while Bloomberg reported on the contribution from Game Science's biggest external shareholder and how that compared to the game's budget. Staff salaries, office space, necessary hardware and software, support staff, marketing, distribution, and plenty of other factors and resources can affect a game's budget, to say nothing of eventual revenue splits with investors and partners. So we don't really have the specifics from what the article says. So, but currency and economics aside, a huge factor is average labor costs as well. But anyway, so the numbers are still impressive. So Fubu, what do you think of this?
Yeah, this I'm gonna say this is could be a little bit bad because they make a lot of money. They're their own profit. I don't have a calculator with me, but by those numbers, I can see their own profit. But the problem is here because it made a lot of money and they want to strike while the iron is hot. I'm afraid that they might speed up the production of the DLC, and then it comes out and doesn't have the same quality of the game. That's my biggest fear in this aspect. When it comes to the money that they're making, it's something that I think Leah said at the time because I told her this game doesn't have physical media; it's only digital media. So they saved a lot of money there, a lot of money. They didn't market this game that much, so they didn't spend a lot of money on marketing. I knew about the game because I'm in the circle of video games. But for the people that aren't in the circle of video games, they had no idea this game was coming out, and they were caught by surprise. Example: my girlfriend, she came to me and said, "Oh, are you going to buy the monkey game?" And I knew exactly what she was saying. I said, "Do you mean Wukong?" And, yeah, that one, that one. And she was highly impressed. we bought the game, we played it, we loved the game. So I do understand them making a lot of money. Again, the negative side effect is I hope they don't crush the DLC. So it comes out with a lot of quality, and we can enjoy the rest of Wukong's story.
Burley, your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, they showed with this, if the number is true, the number for the budget, you do not have to spend 300 million on a game to make it sell millions of copies. If you can make a smaller budget game, like I've said many times, smaller budget game, come out and just get it out there, and if it gets received well, it will run and it will sell and it will make money. Good on them for selling over 20 million copies. That's fantastic, and I'm hoping this goes to other developers realizing, why are we spending 300 million to make this game when we could have that budget for like 5 games? And that way, if one of them doesn't do as well, one of the others might do and pick up the slack for another.
Yeah. Leah, any thoughts on this and those numbers?
Yeah, that's good news for China. I think they're going to see it as an opportunity, and we'll probably see a lot more games coming from there, like a lot more studios being developed.
Tencent. Yeah.
Because they now like, oh, okay, so people like games and they will buy games. Okay, maybe we make more of those.
I'm interested to see out here in Japan what kind of partnerships are going to be made between Chinese and Japanese development studios on particular, games that might be coming out. We've started to see that out here. So I'm really excited to see what goes on with that. So, all right. So next up, let's talk about Xbox. So Xbox will soon be able to buy. You'll soon be able to buy games from the Xbox Android app, starting in November. So this is from over at Engadget. So starting in November, Xbox players will be able to play and purchase games directly from the Xbox app on Android, finally. Yeah, Sarah Bond, the president of Xbox and Microsoft, has made the announcement on X with a comment that the, quote, court's ruling to open up Google's mobile store in the U.S. will allow more choice and flexibility, end quote. She's talking about the ruling on Google's 4-year antitrust battle with Epic Games that was recently handed down by U.S. District Judge James Donato. The judge issued a permanent injunction that would force Google to give third-party app stores access to the Play library and to make Android apps available on alternative storefronts. So my question about this, of course, is how will this benefit developers? So, Burley, your thoughts on this one? How do you think that's going to, benefit them?
Well, it just has an extra chance of their game selling, which is something on the Xbox side. We hear about games are doing well in Game Pass, like X amount of millions of players are playing the games, but you never hear on Xbox side game sales that let's say Forza sold 15 million copies. They'll tell you how many players through Game Pass, but it gives another option for people to play their games and purchase the games. So good on them. This is great. Giving more and more options for people to be able to purchase your games. This is a good news, good story. I like hearing this, because usually it's the opposite, where you're locked in, you've got another spot, you can only do it this way. More options and more ways to buy. All good in my book.
Yeah. Leah, your thoughts? I mean, this was a long time coming, I think, but your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I think we should also apply it to like Epic and Steam if it still hasn't been. Like, my question is, are people who play games by mobile really interested in playing those games on mobile? Like, I don't know, Halo on mobile?
Increasingly, yes, particularly out here in Asia. But yeah.
It's just I don't know, because at least here mobile games are more direct and produced to fit the screen of the cell phone. So like Candy Crush or other type of games, you don't really see people playing like Halo or Fortnite on their phones. At least I don't. It's just me.
Yeah,
So
well,
I'm glad it's
yeah.
available. I'm not sure on the side of consumers if that's really something they want.
Yeah, well, out here in Japan, excuse me, out here in Japan, it's huge. I mean, a lot of like when it comes to Fortnite, yeah, yeah, millions and millions of people are playing it on their cell phones. So as well, so it's big out here. So yeah, Fubu.
Me and Leah, we have a little bit of a culture clash with the rest of the world because we live in an island. Everything is really, really near us. Like, we just drive everywhere. But there are a lot of people, and trust me when I say this, I hate that this is happening. Just to make it clear, but I know there's a lot of people that when they need to go to school or to work, they need to
Yeah,
go 1, 2 hours on buses, trains, metros, whatever. And
yeah,
sometimes they're just staying there. So instead of being like 1 hour looking at other people and talking to other people, they just grab the phone and just play something for half an hour, 1 hour. And
yeah.
me and Lee, this is something that me and Lee, I think we are lucky that we don't have to do this every single day. Trust me, I would hate to. I hate to wait. So I like to drive everywhere. So this is the culture clash that we have. That's why I think Lee is thinking that way. I don't like the way things are going of people playing on phones. I don't think that's natural. I do understand there's some good games to play on your
Why is it
phone.
not natural?
I don't know because I was born. I was raised playing on screens and consoles.
Well,
So
for you,
yeah,
yes, it
no,
might not
exactly
be
for me.
natural, but for other people, it might be natural.
But
Especially
I,
here in Japan, for a lot of kids,
I
that's the only thing they use.
I
So,
do, I do understand that. I do understand that. I just don't like it. I think a
right,
game is supposed to be played in a big screen, a big rig. I know that's expensive, but you know where I'm getting at.
you're
And watch,
OG. Come on,
I'm
Fubu,
OG.
you're
Look,
OG. Yeah, yeah,
look.
I
I'm,
mean,
I'm,
if
I'm
you
gonna.
talk about like the strain on the puts in the eyes, like if you have a screen that is bigger and you're more distance from it, it
Look,
doesn't affect your eyes as much as putting on a small screen. Like
I,
that could
I,
be it
I'm,
as
I,
well.
I'm gonna
And
give you the example. I'm gonna give you the example. I could play PlayStation on this, okay, with
yeah,
remote play.
yeah.
I could play here. I could play
Yes,
here.
you could.
But if I have the chance, I'd rather play here if I'm on the go. So if I have to go, let's say, to the doctors, and I know I'm gonna have to wait 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, I don't want to be rude to the people because it's not their fault. So I entertain myself. I'd rather do this. But if I could play on my screen there instead of this, I will play on my screen. But again, I'm OG, like you said, I'm OG, and I don't like. I think people to play games to enjoy the best out of games has to be in a big console like a PlayStation 5, a very good PC. That's the way that I'm thinking. I know I'm wrong, and again, it's like I said, it's a culture clash. It's my culture. It's like that. You have to
Well,
respect my culture, expat. You have to respect
it's
it.
not the
it's
culture.
not.
It's
It's
joie.
not that you're wrong.
I
It's
know,
not
I know,
that
I
you're
know.
wrong. It's just that that's the way you feel, right?
Hmm.
And what I'm trying to say is there's people around the world now, especially the younger generation, that wants to play anywhere and on something small, not big and compact, that they can carry
Understand.
and put in their pocket.
I understand.
And that's what's big out here. My thing is I don't care what you play it on as long as you enjoy it and as long as you have the ability to play it. Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm even way farther back than you, Fubu, on this. I mean, when it comes to being an OG, but
I understand.
still,
I understand.
you know, the future, the way the future is going, it's either mobile phones or uh, we talked about this. Shout out to the Iron Lords guys, Iron Lords podcast. We talked about this when I was a guest on their show. That the vectors and when it comes to like wearing like glasses to be able to play a video game, for example, in the future. Those things are coming. So watch out for that as well. So, when it comes to, of course, with VR and then with AR, augmented reality, that's going to be the future of gaming, where, you might wear a device on your wrist and that projects an AR image that you can use to play a video game on the go. So, those things
Let,
are coming. So
let's just say the meme. The future is now, old man. That's the meme.
the future is now. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I
Bro,
understand where expat is coming from. Sorry, you just.
go ahead.
Oh, okay. It's just I've always been a mobile kind of person. Like my consoles were the Game Boy, the Nintendo 3DS, things like that. And even for me, sometimes like the Switch isn't portable enough. I know people want the Switch to have a
Right.
larger screen, but to me, the Switch, although it's like more lighter than the PlayStation, it's still kind of hefty. I kind of
Yeah.
miss like the light is like the perfect like mwah, perfection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
playing on the go.
Burley, any thoughts on this? I know you're, of course, you're a big console guy, obviously, but your
I've
thoughts.
when I used to commute into work on my bus rides, bus rides home, I see people play games tons of time on mobile using either the Game Pass or remote play.
Yeah.
Like, so this doesn't surprise me. And now, as we've been growing over the last couple of years, technology getting better with connection speeds and stuff, and you having the backbone controllers that you just attach to your phone, and all the other Bluetooth controllers you can get that easily.
Right.
Yep, there you go, Fubu. Exactly, like that stuff. There's more and more of that stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for people that, hey, I wanna play a quick match of Halo on my phone, or do a quick race. If you're waiting in line, you got the internet connection. There are people that will do it, and it's just it all depends what part of the world you're in. If you're in a part that you can do that, great. If not, then it's like, ugh.
Well, just mobile technology is just, has exponentially jumped in leaps. I mean, in the next 10 years, I mean, you'll probably be able to have like a console quality, game, be able to play on a mobile phone, So it's coming. So yeah.
I think that when you play Genshin Impact, for example, on your phone, it already has a PlayStation or an Xbox quality. The problem is, do you have a phone that can handle Genshin Impact? Because it's gonna burn on your fingers. So I don't like for all types of games probably, but there are already some games that you can play. I don't know if it's the type of graphics that they use, but I already graphically, not when it comes to gameplay, but graphically, I already know that there are games that can be comparable to a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox or a high-end PC graphically. But when it comes to the performance, that's something different.
Well, I think the main thing here is battery life. I mean, playing those games. I mean, that just drains your battery really quickly.
Yeah,
so.
True.
So in the future, as the technology, battery technology, changes, that'll probably change as well.
Or just get like 10 power banks and you're good.
Yeah.
No, just get a Switch. It'll be fine.
All right. So we got one more thing for you. One more thing. Our one more thing news story.
It's time.
Good stuff. Yes. A look at Nintendo's new Alarmo clock. So let's take a look at that, guys. So here we go. So my question to you guys, and Burley, I probably know what the answer is for you. You're probably definitely going to get this for like the holiday season or something like that. So what are you guys going to get one of these? And is it going to be like a stocking stuffer when it comes to the holidays for Christmas or whatnot? So what do you think?
I don't even know if we're getting it here, because I think it's limited for some countries. I don't know if it's coming to Portugal, to be honest.
You can
And
pre-order.
this
You
is
can
from over
pre-order.
at The Verge. So, yeah. So, so that's the backside of it
Honestly,
there.
it's amazing, and I saw some people that already have one. And if you pick Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, like the first one, you don't wake up. The warning it gives you is the Guardian's theme. So imagine laying in bed and then that siren goes off, and it's like, what the? That is
Yeah.
nightmare fuel.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Look.
crazy.
You know when you're dreaming and the sounds from the alarm, the music gets into your dreams, and you're dreaming of the song. Just imagining you're fighting zombies on your dream, and they go like, "It's a me, Mario." It's gonna break.
Oh, God.
No,
God.
a crime. They don't have Animal Crossing on this. What do you mean, Nintendo? You're gonna make an alarm and there's no Animal Crossing sounds?
Exactly. They say wake up
Yeah.
on the Animal Crossing sound, and it's wake up.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Ugh.
have the Rossetti and you have like can have different thingies. So, but Burley, are you getting one?
Fuck no.
You're
Like
oh, I thought you were
this thing for Canadians, like US, this costs $100. Us in Canada, 174.
what
Like,
the hell?
or sorry, not 174, 154. My bad.
Oh, okay, but still, that
Yeah, it
Crazy.
is absolutely stupid. And it's like the only one that actually has a wake up noise that people would want is the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because you've got Zelda going, "Wake up, Link! It's time to wake up." That's the only like that you get the Splatoon 3 Inkling noise stuff and sounds. It's like that's not what when I wake up in the morning. That's not what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: most modern
Or-
people, you use your phone as an alarm clock. That's how
Exactly. Yeah,
I
that's
do
what I
it.
do. Yeah.
And if you need an alarm clock, you can get one for like even here in Canada, you can get an alarm clock for like $10, $20. I used to have one with when I had my
I,
iPhone
I can get one in
phone.
the Hyakuen shop here in Japan for like a buck
Yeah,
if I
guys,
wanted
exactly.
to.
or
Yeah.
you
I
can
like
do
the
what I
best
do.
thing.
I work the afternoon, so I don't need the alarm to wake up. So I'm good. I never wake up with an alarm. That's why I'm always in a good mood.
And like the best thing about this alarm clock, which is absolutely hilarious, is that if you're not single, it's not gonna work. Like it only works for one person with like the motion sensor. So if there's like two people in the room, it's just not gonna work. You gotta do it by the button, the schematics, which is hilarious. Like be single and have the alarm clock for Nintendo to work with motion control, or have some company. Tough choice.
You know one thing that they are missing with this is one of their things that they released earlier was the Pokemon Sleep for mobile. You'd think you'd tie that into that. If you're
Yeah.
gonna charge a premium price for this, have stuff with other stuff you've already put and set up your other apps and develop. Because they're like, oh yeah, you can download an app and customize it, and it's like, why not work with the stuff you already have? Like as I was saying earlier, when I had an iPhone, I had a little alarm clock docking station for it that would charge
Yeah.
the iPhone
Yeah.
and play FM radio, and it had like a few other things, and the thing cost me $20. Like, if you're gonna charge a premium price,
Jeez.
like what? If I buy this, you know what you should be doing, Nintendo offering at least with this. Give me a year of Nintendo Online, the not the basic one, the one with the expansion pass.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna screw me, I would like to at least get something out of this.
You know, Burley, when you talk about all these prices, it's so nightmarish. I mean, you guys in Canada, your salaries must be really, really high to have to pay for the cost of living out there. So, yeah.
My salary is not bad. Like in the U.S., it wouldn't be too bad. In Canada, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's just like if you want certain things here in Canada, you have to like either have a really good paying job or
Yeah.
scrimp and save for months to get
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's like here.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. All right. So those were our news stories from the weekly news beat. So it's time to move on to our picks of the week. So, new game release picks of the week for the week of October 14th through the 20th. You can go to www.releases.com to see all of the games that are releasing in the month of October and beyond. www.releases.com. It's in the ticker below here. And first up this week, Leah, you are up. So, what do you have for us?
First. My game is Niva, which is an emotionally charged action adventure from the visionary team behind the critically acclaimed Gris. Niva chronicles the story of Alba, a young woman bound to a courteous wolf cub following a traumatic encounter with dark forces. Together, they embark on a perilous journey through a once beautiful world as it slowly decays around them. Over time, their relationship will evolve as they learn to work together, helping one another to brave increasingly dangerous situations. The wolf will grow from a rebellious cub to an imposing adult seeking to forge her own identity, testing Alba's love and their commitment to one another. As the cursed world threatens to overwhelm them, Alba and her courageous companion will do whatever it takes to survive and make a new home together. It's coming on October 15 for PC, Xbox Series X, Switch, and PlayStation 5. And yeah, this was a big indie. The studio and Grizz was a fantastic game, and this will also be a great game as well.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. So, I'm really
Great
excited for it. Yeah, good stuff. Alrighty, next up is my game, my pick of the week. So, A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. Quiet Place: The Road Ahead is a single-player horror adventure game inspired by the critically acclaimed blockbuster movie franchise, focusing on a unique survivor story after an invasion of deadly creatures. In this exclusive spin-off, players experience the journey of a young woman enduring a treacherous apocalypse amidst interpersonal family conflicts while confronting her own inner fears. Comes out on the 17th for Xbox Series X, PC, and PlayStation 5. So yeah. And I've heard that this game is kind of similar to Alien Isolation in the sense that, the AI can hear you and if you're speaking. So, yeah. And shout out to Alien Isolation because Alien Isolation 2 is now in development. That was another story that came out. So really excited for that. But yeah, A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. So looking forward to that. So yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
A spooky ass game. Like this.
Exactly. For this month. It's perfect.
So good. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. All right. Actually, Fubu, you're up next. What do you have?
MechWarrior 5 Clans. In MechWarrior 5 Clans, players take on the role of a newly graduated pilot from the Smoke Jaguar Cadet program, thrust into the heart of the clan invasion of the Inner Sphere during Operation Revival. This pivotal moment in MechWarrior universe sees players leading a 5-mech star squad across numerous planets with diverse biomes engaging in expansive campaigns filled with immersive gameplay and intricate combat encounters. Armed with customizable battle mechs featuring cutting-edge technologies, players explore a wealth of tactical options and strategic possibilities. The game leverages the power of the Unreal Engine to deliver stunning environmental details and visceral destruction, making every battle against the tyrants of the Inner Sphere an epic experience. As the first clan-based MechWarrior game in nearly 3 decades, it combines a captivating narrative with the well-crafted characters and morale dilemmas, culminating in dynamic and adaptive combat experiences enhanced by revamped MechLab, Hardpoint, and Omnipod system. It comes out October 17 on PC, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. That was a lot to read. One of the reasons that I basically chose this game is who doesn't love mechs? I think all of us gaming love mechs. And when I saw the trailer, these videos that we have on releases.com, I really enjoyed the combat, the dynamic, the world. It all felt very, very good. And it looks like a very fun, different game that you can play because, like I read, you have a squad. it's not only pew pew pew. It's you have to lead your team and you have to use strategy to overcome your adversaries and win the battle at the end of the day. And I liked it. It's really good graphics. Looks interesting to play. I like it.
In that trailer, the commander there, did he have enough scars on his face there? I mean, geez.
I think it was missing one or two, man. I think so. Missing one or two.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of the in the Avatar film, the one guy played by Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang. Yeah, so kind of gave me those vibes when I saw that guy. So
Yeah.
all right, Burley, you're up next. What do you got for us?
My pick of the week is Super Mario Party Jamboree. Get ready to visit an amorous island resort for a Mario Party. The biggest Mario Party yet, Super Mario Party Jamboree, launches on Nintendo Switch on the 17th, taking on over 110 mini-games, 7 game boards, 5 new and 2 returning boards, and joining up to 20 players on a head-to-head online in Koopathlon mode, which we found out is not you can make a lobby with your friends. It's all random, so which sucks. But it is coming on October 17th to Switch only. I love Mario Party. Mario Party is always a lot of fun, and if you get the right people, like I've streamed a few of them with some people and just sitting in Discord and just having the conversation, the trash talking while you're playing the mini games and working and being like, no, don't steal from me. Screw that guy. Steal from Fubu, never from Burley.
I'm broke. I'm broke, so you can steal from me.
Exactly. And good old Western Land from Mario Party 2. That is a really fun board in Mario Party 2. So it's nice to see that one come.
Yeah, I remember.
I hate is Joy-Con only. That I hate.
Yeah. I played with Fubu once, like live people like roll 5, 6 in a row, and like the ending
amazing.
was dramatic. There was like a flip switch, and he was winning, and then he lost completely. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So good.
I remember. Yeah. That's already been a few years ago. We had it was like something international. I had some friends from the Netherlands here, and it was Portuguese versus Netherlands. It was so crazy, and that ending was so good. Yeah, I remember it. He's talking about the game. I was remembering about that party. The best part about the party was the pizza, because I lost the game. If I won the game, the victory would be the tastiest. But the best part was the. Hey, maybe I'll get this game and I can join you, Burley. We can have fun on your Discord and your Twitch was
Sure, you can have fun with Burley. Don't invite me whatsoever. It's not like I'm your friend or live nearby you or anything like that.
All right.
No, Burley, you don't want her at her parties because she wins all the time. That's why she's not invited.
You can go to www.releases.com to check out all of the new games that are releasing this month and beyond. www.releases.com. All right. So, next up, PlayStation Plus, Extra and Premium, Burley. So, from the PlayStation blog. So, what do we have for this month for Extra and Premium?
So, for Extra tier, we've got Dead Island 2 for PS4 and PS5. The sequel that took quite a while for Dead Island. You've now got that for Dead Island is now out. We've also got 2 Point Campus for PS4 and PS5. This was the sequel to 2 Point Hospital. So have some fun. And for you October fan, we've got the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me for PS4
That's a good
and
one.
PS5.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Riss for PS4 and PS5. I've heard nothing but great things. I have yet to see.
Beautiful game.
Get to it. Yeah. Return to Monkey Island, PS5. This was the sequel they did a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed for PS4 and PS5. This is not that Ghostbusters game that they re-released from the 360 PS3. This is a newer one they did. Firefighting Simulator The Squad for PS4 and PS5. So if you ever wanted to play as a firefighter but never go through all the harsh training and all that, we've got the game for you. Overpass 2 for PS5. You're driving around in the ATV and off-road kind of vehicles and exploring and going around. Tour de France 2023 for PS4, PS5. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands for PS4. This is one of the first games that Ubisoft did with time savers they were doing. And they got a lot of flack, but this is the last that we've had of Ghost Recon. It's the last Ghost Recon game we've had. And now we're getting into the premium lineup. We have The Lost Clockwinder, which is a PSVR 2 title. So if you do have a PSVR 2 title and you're premium, subscribed to premium, you've got something. You got Dino Crisis, so Resident Evil with dinosaurs for PS4 and
That's so
PS5.
good, man. So good.
I've never played it. Now I've got a chance I can play it. Siren, which was originally released on PS2 for PS4 and PS5. This one I know Expat is going to be happy with. R-Type Dimensions EX.
Yeah.
For PS4.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, not a bad month. I would have thought a little bit more on the horror side, because you got the Ghostbusters, but you got like the one.
Oh, the Devil in Me there. Yeah.
You got the Devil in Me and Dino Crisis and the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So not bad for horror.
In Dead Space and the
Yeah, that's true.
And Essential. Yeah.
So, yeah.
PS
the
Plus
Essential,
Essential.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. So those are the extra and premium drops for this month. So, yeah. And probably next week we'll be getting the Wave 2 of Game Pass for the month of October as well. So, all right. Excuse me. So, still getting over this cough. It's like a lingering cough that's been going on. My apologies, but yeah. So it's almost gone, but it still comes back here and there just a little bit. But anyway, all right. So next up, of course, here on the Arena Productions, we are not only a video game related site on YouTube. We are also an entertainment and variety channel when it comes to entertainment and pop culture. So up this week, we've got some really cool stuff that we worked on. And Burley and I, we did our Season 2 review of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. So you can go and check that out. We discuss the last few episodes and give our take on the season overall and the character development and things that are going on and what we expect to see in Season 3. So it's our Season 2 review. Yes. So I love this picture that I put up here in the thumbnail. It's like this that leap he makes there. I mean, it's like a superhero leap, you know. So.
It's the money shot. It's the money shot. It's really so good. And I'm just going to say this. I say this all the time about movies and series. A series or a movie is only as good as its bad guy. And this second season is much better than season 1 because we have the bad guy in Sauron, and he is so good. He is so good.
Oh yeah, Charlie Vickers. Yeah, he's a great actor. Yeah,
so it was so good. What he did to Calimbor, I don't know.
Calibrimbor. Yeah.
I don't speak Elfish. I will practice. But what he does with them, the guy, I loved it. It was so good that the season got way better, and the grand elf part that was smart. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, so let's not spoil it for the no spoilers for those who
no.
haven't watched the season yet, or if they're thinking about watching it. So next up, my review of episode 4 of Agatha All Along. So yeah, we're getting some vibes between Aubrey Plaza there and Agatha. So yeah, good stuff. So and I'll be trying to get episode 5 out either tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, Leah, you were gonna say?
to be honest, those vibes were already present on episode 1. Like, they could
Yeah,
have
but they're
made it
getting
more
stronger and
clear.
stronger, though. They're getting stronger and
Yeah.
stronger. So yeah, for sure. So yeah, so good stuff. So please check that out if you're watching the Agatha All Along series on Disney Plus. And next up, I did a season review of Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. You can check that out now. Is it worth watching? So please check out that video and my review of the season for Netflix's Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. So yeah, it's good stuff there. So, have any of you watched it yet? Watched some of it at least.
Some of it. I haven't seen everything, but so far, look, if we're gonna talk about something that's more pop culture, between this and the Terminator anime series as well, I would go Terminator. I think it's a better show, but I'm enjoying Tomb Raider a lot. I think it's really good.
Yeah, and Haley Atwell, she's amazing with the voiceover for
I
Lara
know,
Croft.
I know.
It's very good, very very good. So
I plan to watch it either later tonight or early tomorrow. Like, I literally was setting up to watch it earlier today, and then my dad's like, "Hey, you're gonna help me we're gonna do this."
yeah,
I was
so
like, okay.
I mean, if you played the last 3 Tomb Raider video games, there's a lot of a lot of references to the stories as well. So you check that out, and maybe some hints here and there about the next game that's coming. So check it out. So, and finally, Star Trek Lower Decks. It's coming October 24th. So this is going to be great. Season 5, the final season. I'm kind of bummed about that, but I think there's going to be some kind of spin-offs with some of these characters. But boy, oh boy, the trailer looks really good. It was my reactions to the final trailer before the season drops, and all these references here in this thumbnail that I made here. This is a reference if you saw Star Trek Enterprise back in the day with Scott Bakula, and the scene with the engineer and T'Pol. I mean, that's kind of a throwback to it, so making fun of it. And also, I mean, it's going to be a great final season, so I'm really, really looking forward to it. So your guys' thoughts? Burley?
Oh, I can't wait for that. Lower Decks is just it is the best content of Star Trek. Like, I love Strange New Worlds, but this I love because you've got so many returning characters from all the different franchises.
Yeah.
And it's just loving that they go back and like they check stuff up on like DS9 from in season 3. That was just so good.
Yeah.
It's sad to see that it's going after 5 seasons, but you know what? I'd rather it go out on a bang and end with a 5-season run where I can always just go back and rewatch it than where, it went for 9 seasons. Season 6 was okay. Season 7, we didn't. 7 and 8, we don't talk about. Season 9 kind of redeemed it.
Yeah. And we've got Garrett Wang. She, of course, from the Voyager series. He's going to be making an appearance. Ensign Kim. So yeah, can't wait for that. Fubu, Leah, your thoughts? Star Trek Lower Decks.
I'll be honest. It's one of those things I like to put it all together and then binge it all at once. So I haven't seen anything so far. I'm gonna take like one day when everything is done. I'm gonna just take 1-2 days and just see everything all at once. But I see the videos. I see the videos. The love that you put on these types of videos. It really makes me want to watch it. And again, I'm going to make it all together, and then I'm going to binge all of them at once.
Well, I'm a Trekkie at heart, so I love making these videos, and we've got a nice community here for Star Trek fans. So and our Warp Factor 10 playlist. Please check out our Warp Factor 10 playlist if you haven't already. So a lot of great content there. So Leah, you watching Lower Decks at all?
No, I have no idea where to watch it. I gotta find out where it is. Because
it's on Paramount Plus. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes they're just not available in here. I gotta figure out how to watch it.
Yeah, but anyway, if you do get a chance to watch it at some point, please watch it. It's so good. I mean, all the parodies on parodies on the Star Trek movies and on the the TV series and everything. So good stuff. Yeah, Tawny Newsome, she's awesome. Jack Quaid, of course. Yeah,
he's so good. It's so good. I swear on Worf's honor.
Yeah, swear on Worf's honor. That's right. Darn it. Yeah.
Because I know you'll get the reference, but anyone watching that gets that reference, you'll.
Season 2, Strange New Worlds, episode 7. Oh, so good, please check that out. So great stuff. All right, so those are our programming notes. So please check out all of our content here on the Arena Productions, and we appreciate all of your support. So now it's time to talk about the games that we'll be playing this upcoming week. I'm still chugging my way through Resident Evil Village. I will be playing more of Metaphor Refantazio as well. So that is my upcoming week. Fubu, I'll start with you. What are you going to be playing this upcoming week?
Yeah, besides the usual one that I'm not going to mention, I'm loving Assassin's Creed Mirage. Mirage is so good. The Back to Origins, it makes something interesting because so this is one of the oldest ones that we've had. We see how they train the hidden ones. I know that in that Assassin's Creed in France, he starts, he trains, whatever. But that's
already
Unity.
Unity.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's already an old society of assassins in the sense that they already had corrupted the technology. One thing that I really liked was the fact that they had to cut the finger. So because of the hidden blade, that's something that was fixed in Assassin's Creed 2, for example. So I'm enjoying that. Baghdad is beautiful. The first thing that I did was I'm not doing the missions, just going around the city, watching the synchronization points, going outside to explore the desert. The world is beautiful. And what I don't like is because it is a prequel of Basim. So you know that every situation that he is in, he's going to survive. That takes urgency out of every scene. But besides that, I'm loving, and the thing is, because I'm so used to playing the most recent Assassin's Creed, like I'm doing a mission, and I'm gonna kill everyone, and then I start fighting, and I get killed immediately because you can't play like that. Loving. I can't wait to keep playing Mirage.
Yeah, and I think, what was it, Burley? I think Ubisoft was saying they were giving away particular copies of it for free. I mean, it was kind of like a lottery system or something like that.
Yeah, they did a giveaway for Mirage.
Yeah, for a giveaway. Yeah. Leah, what are you going to be playing this week?
If I can finish Astrobot, that would be nice.
Nice.
Yes,
I believe in you.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Aren't you playing Zelda, the new Zelda? Yeah.
No, not yet. My plan is to finish Astrobot and then play a scary game, probably Silent Hill 2, to kind of wrap me up to Halloween.
Nice.
Not game related. I'm gonna watch the Joker movie tomorrow. Joker 2.
So you can do a review for the Arena Productions. Yeah, you can do a movie review for us of that. Yeah, good stuff.
I mean, sure. I'm not. I don't know how that's gonna go. Like, I think the only thing people give it at fault, which is a musical. Like, I'm fine with that. I like musicals. Let's go watch Lady Gaga sing. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Let you know how it went.
Yeah. Cool. Burley, how about you?
Well, I finished Zelda, and we do have a video coming of that. So be stay tuned. Silent Hill, I am starting that up on Monday. Silent Hill 2 Remake. I'm also going to be trying out Alien Isolation this week. I've played a little bit of Metaphor off stream, and I'll be try and get as much through as I can. And the plan for just a little extra takes coming. I will get one for Silent Hill 2 after I've gotten so much into it, so that way I can make a proper video. I just want to let people know.
Well,
and Metaphor, there will be a video.
That will probably go into our gaming reviews section. Because we've been talking recently about extra takes are going to be for like the big new releases probably. So full reviews of the big new release AAA games that are coming out. So we'll reserve extra takes for that. But yeah, a lot of the other games will probably just go in our game reviews section. So.
And as well, Mario Party. I will be
Yeah.
streaming that the day that comes out and playing that.
Nice.
Whether or not, I don't know if I'll make a video on that. We'll see. That's the
Nice.
one. It's kind of weird to kind of make a video for.
Yeah. All righty. Good stuff. All right. So yeah, once again, thank you all for your support, and yeah, we're looking forward to bringing you more content this coming week for gaming as well as entertainment here on the Arena Productions. So thank you so much for all of your support as always. So, and you can watch this episode 190 of the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast and video on demand. Yeah, so thank you so much, and please leave us some comments and on the show and the things that we discuss during the show, as well as any comments that you might have on upcoming games as well. So thank you so much for that as well. So, all right. So to end our show, it's time for our indie recording artist spotlight with and then our outro with music. So each and every week we spotlight an indie recording music artist and support their content. So this week's indie recording artist, spotlight is on Zach Nelson, an exceptional composer of infectious but thoughtful songs. Zach Nelson of Melbourne, Australia, delivers a post-rock sound that is purely his own. So his infectious but thoughtful style has earned him awards from his film and broadcast scores. So from around the world, and from his album titled Myth Becomes Legend, and the song is called Glory Faded. So this has been The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, episode 190. 190, guys. We're getting close to 200. Yeah. So, yes. I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley Burlerman Gaming, Fubu87, and Leah the Hatless. And we hope to catch you next week for episode 191 on Saturday, each and every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So anyway, take care, everyone. Enjoy the outro with music, and we hope to catch you next week. So take care. Peace.